Welcome to Jeep Beach News and Views, a podcast about everything Jeep Beach in Daytona Beach, Florida. Here are your hosts, Charlene and Kurt from JBR.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to Jeep Beach News and Views.
Is it welcome back or welcome to?
Welcome back. I'm hoping it's welcome back because, you know, we have a lot of podcasters out
Isn't
there.
Isn't it amazing that people listen to
us? And we love y'all for it.
When you're watching us on YouTube.
Face for camera. I have a face for radio. Because, I mean, you look at this.
I plead the fifth.
Well, you know it's true. And you got Rob over there.
Come on now, Kurt. You're a sexy man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, I wouldn't be married to him if he wasn't.
There you go.
But we are excited today. We
got a house full today.
We do have a full house.
I feel like one of those, you know, podcasts.
Almost like legit.
Almost like legit, because we got more people than we've ever had in here before.
I am excited, but we really are excited. And we've had some really amazing guests, producer Rob, on the show before. But today is somebody that I absolutely love. This group of gentlemen are near and dear to my heart and everybody here in Volusia County, especially Daytona area, because we not only have an artist in with us today, we also have a new music company, I should say, promoter.
And by artist, not an artist drawing, an artist, musician. Artist.
Yes, country. And y'all know me, I love me some country music. So anyway, without further ado, everybody, welcome Songbird Music and Patrick, Jordan, and Carlos. So guys, how are y'all?
We're doing good.
Doing well. I'm so excited. So that everybody speaking right now is Patrick, the founder of Songbird Music, I should say, right?
Correct. One of them. Yes, sir.
Okay. And along with you is Carlos and Val. So Carlos is all the way over here. I don't know if we're going to get a shot of Carlos.
Yeah, I think.
Is he still on there? So
yeah.
Those of you that are podcasting, you can't see us all, but Carlos is over here, and right in the middle is Mr. Jordy Redding.
You can call me that.
Jordan Redding, how are you?
I am wonderful. I'm so excited. This is amazing.
Well, we are super stoked to have all three of you in here.
You left out one.
Who? What?
Photographer.
Well, I don't even think she's on camera.
Yes,
is
she
she?
is.
Is she on camera?
You can see her.
Well, she's on camera.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, y'all.
Miss Lauren Lewis.
I was going to say, but everybody, today she's with Songbird Music, but when the Jamley sees Lauren, she's usually toting Johnny equipment around,
yes,
right?
She is.
So,
she's amazing.
One of Johnny's cohorts in crime, as well as with Songbird, and we love Miss Lauren. So
she's been keeping me out of prison. So
well, there you go. Hey, she provides the alibi. That's what
right.
I always say.
She's got the video proof.
That's
in case
right.
Something is,
We need people like that.
Absolutely. Without Johnny, Lauren, and Hayden, I'd be in a mess. So I can prove
doubt.
that I was where I said I was.
Exactly.
So, and you guys can prove today that you're here at JBR in the JBR studios. So welcome. What do you think of this? Was it what you were expecting?
Not at all.
This
more?
is
so cool, decorated so nice, and it feels like home.
Yeah. Well, perfect.
Most people think we do it in a garage.
That's what we always
They'll look
laugh
at us and
about.
like, what do you mean you have a studio? I'm like, we have a studio. And they're like,
do, yeah.
no, really? And I'm like,
We have
really?
a
And then they
for-real
walk
studio.
in, they're like, oh, shh. Yeah, and it really is a studio. You know, and the cool thing about it is, Jordan, you're right here from Holly Hill.
That's correct, yes, sir.
Look at there. Where'd you go to school?
I went to school in Ormond at Calvary. Is a small private
Yes,
school.
know where that's at. Got a lot of friends. I actually got one just graduated from there this year.
Oh, no
Yes,
way.
she
Yeah.
did.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm actually Mr. CCA, so prom king 2010. So
2010.
you got a little bit of royalty here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh,
Prom king?
Prom king.
Why
yeah.
isn't that in your bio?
Well, it should be now. Put it in there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Patrick,
Breaking
I think that
news.
goes
Jordan
in. That
was
one goes
Mr.
in the next one.
CCA.
And,
We want to see pictures. We want to see.
I was going to say, if we can get a picture of that and
There
put
is
in
a
with
picture,
it.
but it
Yes.
will not be seen anywhere. So.
I would love to see that. Rob, I'm telling you, I'm still going to pull out Kurt's curly-headed years back in the 80s.
we got to post some of that over on
need
social
to.
media.
No, we don't need to post
yes,
that on
come on.
social
Oh,
media,
you know
Rob.
what? It's
That'd be
funny you
good.
say. I just came back from North Carolina, and you know the family they put together all these pictures of when I was younger, all the way growing up. I haven't seen in years, and they gave me a bunch of those and an album full of all that stuff.
Oh,
I had the mullet. I had the mullet. My radio days when I was younger.
Jody, I'm
my rock
coming to your
station.
house.
There ain't no doubt. We're coming when Rob's not there.
Absolutely. And so, Patrick, Carlos, you've got a job to do, and that's pulling up Jordan photos.
We got to
right?
find that.
I love that.
I just got to say, I had the probably the smallest graduating class ever. There was like 30 kids in my class. So
I
maybe
love that. Actually, you know what? You are
actually...
not. You are not the smallest. I have a friend that graduated with 4 people.
Wow, that is so
T-Tiny,
cute.
T-Tiny hometown. And their graduating class the year she graduated was 4 people.
Kids. Oh,
yep.
wow.
And she was one of the 4.
Wow.
So, yeah, pretty
And
fun.
they made it.
They did.
So,
here we are talking about,
tell us about Songbird, how it came about, and what's in your future endeavors?
I've been in the music industry for about 5 years now. I started at southernfellow.com, which is a music media outlet, and it all kind of happened by a sad circumstance. About 5 years ago, I had my first seizure, and I still have quite a bit, even today with medication and all that. So I can no longer do. My family has a ranch, and I'm a certified chef, certified personal chef, the American Culinary Federation, and I can no longer do what I normally did. So a friend of mine asked me to start a food website, because that was, hot, still is at the time, recipe website. So I started that, and I just did that for a few months, and randomly this girl, Erin Pete Lukes, she is a lead singer for a bluegrass band called Thunder and Rain. She reached out to me about one of my recipes, and we started talking about music and independent artists and all that fun stuff. And so I did this interview with her, just kind of a one-off thing. And after I did that interview, 2 weeks later, I received 3 phone calls from Nashville from 2 publicists and an artist that came across this little thing that I did. And they're like, how can we be a part? And I was like, that's a good question.
I love that.
Let's figure that out. So we started that. So I've been doing that for a long time now, and that's what I'm nominated for Music Business of the Year with the Josie Music Awards. And I've always wanted to do music management. I just didn't want to do it by myself because, I had Songbirds, and there's a lot of things that go on to that. And I started attending 1 Million Cups, which is an entrepreneur group here in Daytona Beach.
Yes.
And that's where I met Carlos and Val, and it just so happens that y'all know Becca Bowen.
Yes.
She was one of the artists that kind of reached out to me, and and Jordan's actually one of those other artists as well, reaching out to me about management. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it by myself. And so that's when I brought Carlos and Val on board. They seemed interested and eager to jump on board for whatever reason. I don't know why, but. But we're here now. We're here with Songbirds, and we had a running start. I wanted to start out slow, but that didn't happen for us. We signed Becca Bowen, and we got other artists lined up, and it's just been such a great time. And we're glad to be able to work with artists and help them get their music and their career started.
Well,
that's awesome.
We're excited to have you here, and it was really fun how we connected with Jeep Beach and Songbird. With the Southern Fellows. Now, y'all, if you've not been on that website, what are you waiting on? Because there are some, number one, amazing recipes. I just heard that you're a certified personal nutritionist for some
personal chef, the
personal
American Culinary
chef
Federation.
Okay, so there's
We ain't
this
worried about
girl
nutrition.
there's this girl in Ormond Beach named Charlene Greer that would love to have a personal chef named Patrick, because your recipes are amazing. I have a personal chef.
What are you
named
trying?
Oh, boy, that's a
Let
big
me tell you
slice.
right now.
Oh, man.
I can't wait till she's hungry next time. Say, call Patrick.
There you go. Now,
Patrick,
what's the website that he's got all this stuff on?
southernfellow.com.
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 And y'all,
okay.
I've been in there, and it is, I'm telling you right now, I'm not a cook. I don't pretend to be a cook. I mean, there's some things that I can cook, but
Yes.
that's not my lane. I like to eat. I don't like to prepare. So can you feel me? You guys feel me on that?
They feel them. I'm feeling something too, and I'm not how I take it. But
I eat almost every day.
see, Carlos just said he loves to eat. He eats almost every day. There are some days, though, in this industry that you don't have time to eat. That's what we were just telling them right before we get on this podcast. You guys, Kurt and I are over here just shoveling food in because by the time we get to recording time, we've not come up for air most of the day. Are you still doing some of the, this is what I found so cool that segued into the music. You gave us a little bit, but you were actually creating recipes for certain songs.
Yeah, basically what we do is part of our Feed the Band series where we interview music artists, and then I'll create a recipe around that artist and the interview. So sometimes it can be something, personal that they like, or, themed around their song. Like I've done a wine milkshake because...
Oh, that does sound kind of
Excuse
interesting.
me?
So, we get a little creative like that. But
you had her at wine.
You had her at wine.
You didn't have to say anything.
What could you do with champagne?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff you can do with champagne. Champagne's a good thing. But maybe we need to do it like a Jeep Beach cooking show or something like that. Maybe we need to
Done and
work on
done.
something like that. Yeah.
Done and done. Sign me
Well,
up.
Do you remember at Bourbon and Beyond last year? They had the cooking demonstration on the side stage.
Oh, they did. I forgot about that.
They had 2 shelves up there, and they brought up some local artists.
Hey,
Well, Bourbon and Beyond was all about, the festival with the liquor and
With the liquor and all that.
and the
Correct.
food goes
Yeah.
along with
and
it.
the
Beyond.
food goes
Exactly.
with,
Yeah,
the
the
food was
pairings.
Beyond.
Yeah.
And that's with Danny Wimmer and all of those guys that put on Rockville and some of these other big ones. Hey, I feel a connection coming on.
I do too.
I really feel like Daytona needs I would like to see like country music and like a barbecue competition. We don't have like barbecue competitions around here.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We
do?
just put it on hiatus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We
took
launched
a year off.
it. We launched it last year in 2023, but with all the changes that we made for 2024, it was just really hard to get wheels underneath that. So, but it's coming back in 2025. And yes, you heard it first, Rob, right here on G
right
Beach
here.
News
We
and
told you
Views.
before we
Yeah.
told
Oh, yeah.
anybody else.
I knew it was going on.
You
Come on.
knew it was coming.
So we will most
the-
definitely be in touch on that because it
But I did
went.
one. I participated in one in Kentucky, and it's just amazing. They had, these smokers on semi trailers, and it was like 6-man teams. It was absolutely insane.
It's crazy.
Well, they used to
It's
do
crazy.
King of the Grill here in Ormond.
Right.
Right.
And I don't know if they maybe
I
they
don't
do.
know.
I think in the
I don't
fall
know.
they do.
I
I think
it's
they
in the
moved
fall.
it down to
But
Did
Jeep
they?
Beach, there
Something
is the Jeep Beach. What barbecue showdown? Jeep Beach barbecue showdown, and it's real. It was very successful the first year, but not knowing the new footprint this year in 2024, we had to take a year off. But it's coming back, so we're really excited about that.
The
so
Deland
there's
Rotary-
definitely connection there.
The Deland Rotary Club used to have one, and I won 2 years in a row. And then after that, they said no more to professionals. So I could.
Ah, boo. That's good.
that's no fun.
Hey, when you go and you get to buy the tickets to be one of the taste testers for Jeep Beach, I was all about that.
Yes.
It just smelled so good. Actually, when Angie and I would be riding around on our golf cart, I'd be like, let's go this way just so we could smell everything that was smoking and grilling. And so very, very cool. So that's the Songbird and the Southern Fellow side. But let's get into Mr. Jordan over here.
What's
so
up?
Jordan, I am so excited for you.
Thank you.
And I just want to congratulate you because I've been listening to you all around town for quite some time.
Thank you.
And how did music start for you?
Oh, goodness. I am born and raised in an extremely musical family, so everybody sings and plays, from my mama and papa down.
Mama and papa.
Yep, that's my family.
That is
so.
as Holly Hill as it
Yeah,
gets right
I
there,
know.
baby.
Come on, let's
Come on,
go.
somebody.
So-
Mama and papa.
So my
I
mama
love
and papa,
that.
they were the like it all stems from church too. So like mama played the piano and my papa sang. It was just like that. So they had.
Can I be a part of your family?
Yes, you can. You fit right in. You actually look just like my mom and my aunt.
Hey,
You really do. I'll have to,
lovely ladies.
I'll have to pull up a picture.
But let me tell
seriously.
you right now, she don't sing like your mom and your aunt. Well,
But,
we'll go ahead and leave that right now.
That is hilarious.
There is no. we can't even carry a tune in a bucket.
Hey,
True
So,
statement.
yeah,
but
so-
you love music though.
That's
Oh, we
right.
love music.
But yeah, so I just grew up around it. I mean, my whole family was always wanting to do that, and it never changed. I wanted to from the time I could have thoughts. I always wanted to perform, and here I still am doing it today. So
I
is
love
awesome.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
Now, instrument-wise,
yeah.
I'm going to pretend like I don't know. What instruments do you play?
Well, if you listen to my music, I've played everything on it. So there is everything from guitar, acoustic and electric, bass, and I recorded it all too. I recorded. I had a guy that I co-wrote and produced it with, but I physically played everything, the piano, keys, everything else. So
Can you play a banjo?
yeah.
That's
there's
what I
banjo
was
on it.
just getting ready
Absolutely,
to
of course.
ask.
Yeah,
My daddy
of
picked
course.
the banjo,
Wow.
and I haven't just sat and have
One
to hit
day,
you up
yes,
on that.
absolutely. There's only one thing in the song "Dirt Don't Care" that I have. There's a steel guitar, and I did not play that. I hired a guy. Other than that, everything you hear is all me. So
Have you
That's
tried the
awesome.
steel guitar?
I have not, but it is. I'm just gonna let the pros do it. you know?
Yeah.
I hear you. Stay in our lane, right? As I do.
yeah.
So I understand that.
I actually think it's cooler to have other good musicians
Absolutely.
play for you and on your team, so you can say,
Right.
"Oh wow, I hired that guy, I hired that girl to do whatever, background vocals, other different instruments that like maybe I can play just fine, but I want someone else's DNA on it. I want their fingerprint. I want
Right.
their ideas that they can come up with."
That's awesome.
separately,
Well,
so.
and I love that because then you get into the collaboration
Of course,
and the
yeah,
connection
yeah.
with other people. And when we're doing Jeep Beach things and we're at the strategy table, if you will, we start talking things out loud, and it's amazing what's born from
Yeah.
that. So you don't just play and record; you also songwrite.
That's correct. Yeah.
So how long have you been writing music?
Well, I probably wrote my first song at about, I think 17 or 18. I was around my senior year of high school, and I got a rig with like a home recording studio thing going on, and I was just working. 17 or 18, and I took a little bit of a break from it, to be honest. So I'd always come up with like little ideas and stuff like that, but not completing ideas because my music career was just me performing for other people for the longest time. Since I am a multi-instrumentalist, I was the drummer for so-and-so, the guitar player for this person, right? And that took up a lot of time. But during the pandemic, I was like, no, I'm going to just start doing it for me. And I realized like, wait, I can do that. I can sing. I can, be the front man. And it was a lot of fun. So I linked up with this one guy. His name was Phil. And we wrote my EP together. We wrote actually a bunch of songs. We wrote a lot more that we would pitch to other artists. We were sending them to publicists in Nashville. And they were sending them to a bunch of artists. And they all turned them down. Like, they were great songs, but they all just got turned down for whatever reason. So then we were sitting on these songs. And we were like, well, who else is going to write these? Who else is going to sing them? I guess I should.
I
So
love
then it just turned
that.
into that.
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
So, but then we said, you know what? We need to write a song for me. And that was Back of My Harley, where it was like, who else? Like, that's kind of my song. You know
That's
what I mean?
That is your song.
is your
And
song.
so we're
So-
going to talk about that song
yeah,
for
yeah.
a second. So you guys, all I can say is Jordan will be back with us on Friday evening doing the Happy Hour show, the Charlene and Kurt. And we have a surprise for you guys
Okay.
on the Happy Hour show this week. Right, Rob?
Yes.
So we're launching something new during the Happy Hour show. But
Well, we could tell them because a promo is running for it.
it is?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So there you go. So this Friday, we are rebranding and re-illustrating, I should say, what Charlene and Kurt's Happy Hour show looks like. And you are the first
Nice.
pirate.
Whoa.
The first pirate
that.
on the Charlene. So you are going to be our very first pirate on the Happy Hour show, and I'm super stoked about that.
I'm honored.
And
Thank you.
I picked the song on the back of my heart.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Back of my
back
Harley.
of my
Yeah.
Harley. But I pitched him this week, you guys, on this, and told him, we got to come up with a Jeep song. And Jeepers and Harley riders, bikers, we're all very kindred spirits. We all run in
cool.
the same
All right.
bubble and the same circles, the
Yeah.
same locales for the most part. Bike week, Jeep Beach week, all the
yep.
things. but we got to have a Jeep song.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, because when I sing back of my Harley, I sing back of my Jeep because I'm not on the Harley, but Kurt
It's
has
not
a
very
story.
well. No.
Kurt could have had his Harley. I could have been on the back of your Fat Boy,
you
baby.
ride? You got a Fat Boy?
He did. He had the opportunity.
I was sitting
to
on it.
Oh.
And
Limited
right
edition.
before we got married, silver anniversary, and her dad looked at me and said, "I'll buy you that Harley and give you $10,000 if you will elope." Well,
And
let me tell you right
this
now.
girl, look what he has. We did not elope, and we have a beautiful photo album to
We
prove
have a
it.
deal that actually on July 29th of this year, it will come out of its hiding place. And we will look at our beautiful pictures, and I picture my Harley
We'll
as we
post
look
some
at
on
that.
JBR
And then I
social
put
media.
When he had hair.
I put the
Well,
album away.
Actually,
Yeah.
at that point, he only had a hedge of hair. He
Yeah.
didn't have good hair.
But I
like
did have a
Jordan.
full beard.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had a hedge of hair and a full beard. So, yeah, it was.
Hedge.
But, but that's okay.
Like it's a lawn.
It was.
Yeah.
And when we finally, I
Yeah.
said, yes, I will marry you, I was like, baby, you got to shave the head.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Patrick? You
But
got
you
to
look-
shave the head. There
y'all
are
look
just some
good as,
beautiful
shaved
heads.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have that.
Beautiful bald heads.
Some people don't have a head to be shaved. I know a few.
You and Patrick can pull it off,
Yeah,
though.
I mean, look at us.
Yeah.
So-
We best looking ones in the ring.
All right, so back of my Harley, Jeep Beach Nation, we have just challenged Jordan to
Okay.
be the writer of our Daytona Beach Jeep song.
Okay.
So, because if you haven't listened, your EP is fantastic,
Thank you.
and it is,
Thank you.
and y'all, I love the title of it, and I'm waiting for the song that goes along with the title.
I have an idea for it, actually.
Do
I don't know
you?
if it'll be a song. I want to make a cinematic intro to my show that is called Sand and Sawgrass.
and Sawgrass.
And it'll
Perfect.
be just a lot of just cool, like, when you see a big show and they like have like a song just kind of starting, but it's not one of their songs. I don't know. I just have this idea, and I wanted to like explain some Florida things in there, some
Florida things.
Yeah,
I love that.
that's
and
me,
that's
just
what it
Florida
is.
things,
You
yeah.
know what?
Can I go ahead and say that's our next? That's some things
There's some
in Florida
things.
that ain't nowhere else.
Well, and I have to tell you what makes me really excited for you. And Brian Kelly is,
Yeah.
of course, right here. Do you and Brian know one another?
I am the biggest BK fan, but I've
Okay.
never met him. But
Okay,
no,
well,
yeah.
sit tight, baby,
Yeah,
because I love Brian.
Yeah.
He and his family, the Kelly family, they're amazing people.
I did an event with his mom one time, actually.
Okay,
yeah, she was a dear.
and just good people. Introduction sometime through Jeep Beach, but I love that you and Brian have stayed true to your roots here in Volusia County. You know, Brian being right here out of Ormond Beach, he actually graduated just ahead of our boys when they were all at Seabreeze together. But it was really cool because when Florida Georgia Line took off, he came back and bought the baseball team some supplies that they needed and
that's
stuff.
awesome.
So Hunter and Gunner and all the baseball team, they all thought that was a really cool moment in time, which it was, and it still is. But I love and appreciate the fact that the two of you have, like I said, stay true to your hometown.
Yeah.
Because there's so much to be said about that. I think a lot of times people don't see Daytona as that country venue, but we are definitely
Goodness gracious, yeah, they
good
just
old-
don't know. Yeah.
There is a reason these Carolina people came to Daytona Beach
Yeah.
and stayed. It
Yeah,
was,
for
you know,
real.
it resonated with home for
Right.
us, and so
Yeah.
Except it was
thank-
warmer.
It
Way
was.
warmer.
Well, you can't say that.
Yes, I can. I
Some-
come down here in January and I'm in shorts.
Oh yeah, way warmer. Meaning that I thought you meant like because in summertime up in
No,
the
no.
mountains in North Carolina,
No,
y'all,
it's hot.
it gets
no,
hot.
wintertime's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, wintertime it was
cold
Oh, that's
way-
the thing about Florida is it's always hot. There are places that's hotter, but it's always
Always
hot.
Oh, yeah.
hot, yeah.
And
That's
we're
why
good about that.
That's why I love being in Daytona
Yeah.
and Volusia County. Right, we get that
Right.
sea breeze, and it's
I know, it's so nice,
perfect.
yeah.
It's so
So-
perfect.
I have a question for you, Pat. So, say there's an independent artist listening to this. How do they go about contacting you, or how do they even go about trying to get a manager or something like that? How does that work?
I mean, they can easily reach out to me at patrick@songbirdsmusicco.com. And it's just a conversation because it has to be a good fit for everybody.
Correct.
You know, when we're giving advice and listening, to what the artist's needs are, like we had a meeting with Jordan Redding a couple weeks ago. It's kind of finding the correct fit. And, we're going to be honest. We're going to be like, hey, either you do or you don't fit in, or
Right.
maybe you're not ready for what we have to offer, or maybe we're not ready for what you have to offer. I mean, we're just a new company, literally like 2 months old now, so there's still a lot of things that we're growing into as well. So, but yeah, any type of intermediate artists, we're ready for them. Like I said, Becca Bowen was our first artist that we signed with, and it's been going great with her. And I mean, it's we're growing fast, and
that's awesome.
I think we're going to be able to meet the demand. I'm pretty sure of that, and we just treat everybody like family. I mean, that's the big thing with Southern Fellow and Songbirds is I'm sure Jordan hopefully can relate to what I'm saying. If he's shaking his head no, then
then keep looking, Patrick. If I'm doing this, just he's shaking his head. Yes,
but like I said, we treat everybody like family, and there's always has to be this connection, to make it work. But we're willing to, make.
Producer Rob.
Yes.
I know there's all these things that we have to do and cover for licensing and all that, but you said it's Jordan's music. Are we allowed to get him to strum a little bit on this, or are they going to have to tune into the radio show?
I guess he could play on this. It's his music. I don't see why there'd be an issue.
Right.
Now, you know how YouTube is really kind of iffy about.
Maybe
you guys might know more about that.
I do know there's something fishy with YouTube.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm going to say to you, Jeep Beach Nation. Tune in Friday night.
Tune in Friday.
To the newly branded Charlene and Kurt's Pirates and Mermaids Happy Hour show, because Jordan is going to be playing live on the show for us.
And if you miss it on Friday night, we air it again Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Okay, there you go. So no excuse to miss him. And going back to Becca Bowen, who is an absolute doll baby. I loved it when I was called her sister Memorial Day weekend. I was like, yes, I will take that, because I'm definitely old enough to be her mama. So we'll run with the sister side of that, okay? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But
she'll stick to that story.
You also played for us at Ormond Garage on Memorial Day weekend as well. And so I can tell you, Jeep Beach Nation, you also are going to have the opportunity to hear and see and get to meet Jordan. Hopefully Becca, we can get her back down here, and some of the other local artists. We have another young lady here on JBR. Her name is DJ Jukebox Bully, and she runs the Locals Mix. Are you familiar with her Locals Mix platform, either one of you?
Is that the one that they do at the Museum of Art?
It is.
Yeah, I do.
Yep.
Actually. I know some bands and artists that play over there. Yeah.
Well, she has got a great thing going on with these young artists, and she too was one of those organic spinoffs, and she's actually one of our JBR DJs. Wow. She has her own radio show. I know it goes through seasons.
Well, she has Saturday music show where she plays and plugs, and it's actually pretty interesting. It's all kinds of music.
And it's really cool. So just lots of great local connections here. And thank you both for, number one, Jordan, for sharing your talent and your gift. I'm always so impressed because, I'm the one that makes the joyful noise, not sings the songs. But when we get to heaven, y'all better watch out, because I'm going to sing everything. Come on now. And then musicians and our local artists.
Yeah, we're all about bringing quality original music to Daytona Beach. I think Daytona Beach is ready for it. And though we work, in Nashville, we also, love our local family. And now G Beach and G Beach Radio is now part of that Songbirds family. So, thank you for having us.
Well, thank you guys so much. And Jordan, are you ready to do a little happy hour show this weekend?
I'm so ready. Yeah.
All right. So Friday, you guys, Friday, our very first pirate. Yeah. So all of our males get to be the pirates, and all of our female guests on the happy hour show will be my mermaids.
And this will be the first time we've had a live song sung on JBR.
No, we had Sammy Rose from the Locals Mix a few years ago, a couple years back.
Did she do it in the studio?
This was
no, she was in here. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
Was it this studio or the old studio?
No, she was in here doing some stuff, I believe.
How did I miss that?
Maybe.
I'm here every show.
Don't make me go down that lane, baby. Don't make me go down that lane.
Was I drinking that day?
Probably.
All right. Maybe I got mixed up on the happy hour, but that's okay.
All right. Well, Carlos, I know we didn't get a lot of time with you, but you said you didn't want to be a lot of time, but we appreciate you for introducing us to this new jamly of ours. But we're going to end the podcast really quick with just a couple quick this or that. So you guys ready? All right, Jordan, here we go.
Oh, for me? Okay.
Yeah, for you.
Right.
Pizza or cheeseburger?
Oh, cheeseburger.
You got one for him? I do. Tequila or vodka?
I actually don't drink.
Yeah, good for you. Good answer.
That's just a personal thing. I just don't. So.
Coke or
Good for
Sprite?
you.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let's see. This one's a dead giveaway. Country or rock?
Oh, country.
Yeah. He better say that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Let's see. We got to go for the obvious, and we'll end on this one. Jeep
Or anything
anything else.
Jeep.
There you go.
Answer, right answer. We'll have him back. He can be part of the
he can come
jam.
back. We will not ask Patrick that question. We will let him come back, but we will not ask that question. But thank y'all again for being here today, and
we'll see you guys next week. Time. All right. Thank you for coming back, and I can't wait to have Jordan back as well as some of the other songbird musicians.
That's strange she don't sing. Ain't no telling what's coming out.
Amen.
Well, thank you.
You could.
Bye, y'all.
What can you do, Rob? Starve a fly.
Oh, no, there we go with those lyrics. Oh, boy.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Bye, y'all.
That's a wrap on Jeep Beach News and Views. Be sure to subscribe for future automatic downloads to your favorite podcast player app. Got a comment? Or would you like to be featured on Jeep Beach News and Views? Email us at radio@jeepbeach.com. That's radio@jeepbeach.com. Until next time, keep all four on the ground and your tops down.